And we back again. We working hard tonight. This is another episode of Frankly Football. Once again, I'm Brandon.
Hey, I'm setting it off, Chris. We in grind mode, man.
Oh, yeah.
We
working
grinding,
hard.
man. Where everybody else, sleeping. Everybody else ain't working, man. We out here working, man. You know what I'm saying?
Midnight oil.
Fingernails dirty, man. Fingernails dirty out here in the streets doing our thing, man. Grinding for the content, for the culture.
Absolutely. So, Chris, what we talking about right now, we was just having a little chat. Right. You know those situations where, you go in a club or a bar or whatever, and all of the guys see that one girl, that baddie, and they all think, I want her. The Dallas Cowboys are that girl right now. You see the situations where all of these guys who are with another team, they're in another organization that they may not be happy with, and they see the Cowboys as that sexy thing, that lucrative opportunity.
Right.
You see that happening right now?
Man, they've been that way for years. Mm-hmm. They've always been that because they've always been the girl you flirt with to make another girl jealous, so that the other girl that you flirt with her to get your other girl jealous to do what you wanted to do. Earl Thomas did it with us, flirted with us. Hey, come get me. Mm-hmm. And that was clickbait for 6 months. Earl Thomas is going to the Cowboys. Then he turns around and goes to the Ravens.
Yep.
You get everybody saying that. So the first one that decided to holler at us was this box safety masquerading that he's a all-purpose safety, which is Jamal Adams.
That's right, man.
Right.
And a lot of people can see that Jamal Adams is a great player. Not going to subtract from his ability at all. He is amazing at what he does.
6th pick in the draft, amazing football player, by far one of the better football players in the league. But you tell me why I don't want him.
I don't want him because he doesn't solve what the Cowboys need to be solving right now. He's a box safety.
Right.
If he were to line up in the box, he will be doing exactly what all 3 of our Pro Bowl safeties could be doing. Well, 2 Pro Bowl safeties and 1 declining Sean Lee.
You mean linebackers? You mean Pro Bowl linebackers?
I apologize. Linebackers.
It's all good.
He would be doing what our Pro Bowl linebackers could do.
Absolutely. Right.
And do we need another guy like that on the field to fill that role in order to be successful? Is that the one piece that the Cowboys are missing? That's like that same sexy girl who has it all, finding a guy and he doesn't have a job. Oh, he looks good, he looks great, he's charming, but he doesn't have a job. But Jamal Adams doesn't have that job on our defense. You get what I'm saying? It all came back together.
Right. I think that what Jamal ends up doing is, you're right. Your analogy is perfect. But here's the other part about it. He's a bad chick that, as Kanye would say, she a gold digger.
Yeah.
She ain't messing around with no broke folk.
Yeah.
He want to get paid.
That's right.
He's mad because he can't get paid.
Absolutely.
And the problem with Cowboy Nation is we think that everybody's got to be all pro at every position.
Yeah.
And it's hard when your left tackle's top 5 getting paid, your right guard is top 5 getting paid, your right tackle is in line to be top 5 getting paid, your center who is left the building, who you're paying for the last 2 years, he was top paid. Your quarterback is on a $31 million deal. Your running back's on a $90 million deal. Your run stuffing left end is on top paid. You can't pay everybody top of the market and expect to win and not be in salary cap purgatory, because we're going to talk about another team in the NFC East who's in salary cap purgatory.
Oh, yeah.
That nobody want to be in. And that's what they're trying not to do. And what we fail to realize is that they have drafted really, really well. You only have to go out and pay for folks when you're not able to acquire the talent through the draft cheaply. I can honestly say a team that does that amazingly well are the Baltimore Ravens.
Absolutely.
They may go pick pieces from other places, but they always draft extremely well, that they keep young, fresh, athletic, energetic talent on cheap contracts. Go ahead, bro.
That's right. I think that you have to be able to get that young talent in the draft, because you want talent. And when I say you, I mean the front office wants talent for the best amount of skill for the least amount of money. That's the name of the game.
Absolutely. Right.
That's the name of the game.
And you want it in waves. You want it in waves that when you turn around and you pay guys on 1 or 2 year deals, and that is one thing that Steven and Will McClay have been amazing at. Getting good players in 1 to 2 year deals. When the time's up, get rid of them and add another guy. You know, and then if the guy wants to hang around a little bit, you can get him. But now he may not be top flight, but he's more depth. Perfect example: you replace Antoine Woods with an upgrade in Gerald McCoy,
right.
and I'm talking
exactly what I was thinking of.
Now you got Antoine Woods under contract, but now he's depth. So when Don Terry taps his helmet, say I want to come out, I got a depth guy who's better on less reps, high energy, and he comes in and gives my guy a blow. That you can't pay for that. And then you got it with waves. You got Antoine Woods. You have a Tristan Hill. You have a Neville Gallimore who might not be ready this year, but next year he'll be able to start getting some snaps. And that's what you want to try to do. But with Jamal Adams, you're going to go ahead and say, hey, I'm going to pay him $15 million, and he's got to be a rangy Roman free safety when he's not a ranging Roman type of safety.
That's right.
Because he only has one more interception in his career than a guy you let walk out the door who went to Miami.
That's right. Absolutely. So I don't to kind of close that door. I don't think that Jamal does what Dallas is looking for. He's a great guy. He's charming, but he don't have a job. He don't fit this chick.
He doesn't fit because I have to give up. I've got to kick out the dog. Mm-hmm. I got to trade my car. Yep. And I don't have a sofa if I bring him over because I got to get rid of all that because, I got to take it to the top flight restaurant in town. So I don't need it.
That's right. Next guy that we're going to talk about, because we kind of want to cover all the bases on this one.
Absolutely.
This one is a guy who I would love to be on this team. Let's not get it confused. We talking about Jadeveon Clowney.
Man. Well, Jadeveon for me is an upgrade over what you did last year. Remember we were talking about how Will McClay and Stephen Jones like to get guys on a 1 or 2 year deal, get them in, pay them, it doesn't hurt them, and get rid of them. They've done this several times. They did it with Robert Quinn last year and ended up getting 11 sacks. So everybody's trying to figure out how do you replace those 11 sacks. They've done it this year as well. They brought in Gerald McCoy, not a big deal. Don Terry Pope, not a big deal. But if you get Jadeveon Clowney, you get solidified, solid, disruptive, constant pressure guy on the right side. And then that makes your front four very, very solid, very dynamic. Very powerful.
Now, here's the thing.
I might not get 10 sacks from Jadeveon Clowney because, let's be honest, in his career, he's never had a double-digit sack season.
That's right.
But him on the opposite
end. He can soak up double teams.
Yeah, right. It's going to soak up double. Well, you're not going to have double teams this year because it's going to be hard to move Don Terry Poe. Yeah. So him one-on-one,
massive guy,
doing what he does, almost getting sacks, causing pressure, causing the ball to come out quicker, and you got a technician on the outside with DeMarcus Lawrence. It's beautiful. But then also here comes that next thing we talked about, bringing them in waves. So now when Jadeveon Clowney, if he's on my team, he taps his helmet, guess who I get to bring in? Alden Smith.
Yeah.
Right? I get to bring him in. If I want to go ahead and flip him to the other side, if I want to run Alden Smith on one side, DeMarcus Lawrence, Gerald McCoy, and then I get to bring in Lord Voldemort himself, Randy Gregory. He gets to come on the field.
Yes, sir.
And so I get waves of rushers coming. If I turn around, it's late in the season, I want to give a guy a break, I can bring Bradley and Nye in. Yeah. And I get waves of pass rushers. But he gives me solidified depth and a guy who can play the run. Absolutely. I think one of the think pieces that that you talked on and spoke about is that Robert Quinn was great for sacks, but absolutely awful against the run.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Now, with everything, there's the good and the bad. We see all of these great things that this guy has, but got expensive tastes. Jadeveon Clowney is already a free agent, yes.
Right.
But we know what he's looking for money-wise. Like you said, you got to take him to all of the expensive restaurants. And currently, the Dallas Cowboys only have about $11.25 million in free cap space. Jadeveon is looking for a deal obviously higher than that.
Well, he wanted he initially wanted to go to Ruth Chris, but because it's late and he ain't had a meal in a while, I can get him to go to IHOP, and he'll go. He can go to IHOP.
Okay.
Because he came in wanting to reset the market, but now he's 2 weeks away from camp, and nobody's giving him a call. So, and the people that's called him, he don't want to go deal with the inconsistency of the staff. So what he wants to do is get seen and have the opportunity to put his name back into the hat the next year.
Absolutely.
Best place to do that is with the Dallas Cowboys, who's going to be on TV 5 to 6 times in a year, and people are going to hear him talk about him.
Do you think that Clowney would sign for a deal worth $11 million, anywhere from $11 to $13 million total? Do you think that would even happen?
Let me explain something. When you are used to getting paid every Tuesday, right? Every Tuesday for 16 weeks, and you're about to have the opportunity to be totally out of football, because the only thing that gets you in football shape is what? Football.
Football, yeah.
And if he doesn't have a place to go train and practice and play and show his talents and gifts, people will start forgetting about him, because there'll be somebody else that they'll want who become the hot button, who become the hot name.
That's right. And nobody will forget you when you're a Dallas Cowboy. We know that.
They don't forget you, because you're always going to be interesting. You're always going to be the topic of the 4 and 3 letter networks. So why not come here with this offense, with this coaching staff, and with Mike Nolan? See, what we're missing is Mike Nolan can make guys look great. He kind of revamped Justin Smith's career and turned around and made Aldon Smith a star. Yeah. Because Mike Nolan knows how to put people in position to make plays. And Absolutely. Why not get a guy who's known for getting in position, but just maybe a snap or a hairline away from making big plays?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, we can only hope that he'll fall to the contract demands that someone like the Cowboys will look for. But, we're going to move on to the last guy, the newest guy. This is the guy that walked in the bar late, fashionably late.
Late.
And wants to
cute
party.
Though, real cute.
Pause. But walked in fashionably late, but still wants to party like the bar ain't about to close in an hour. And that's David Njoku. Today, and today is July the 3rd. David Njoku announced formally that he requested a trade from the Cleveland Browns, and the Dallas Cowboys are showing some amount of interest in him. So we have to remember that Njoku is still on his rookie deal.
Right.
And is only 23 years old.
Okay.
And this is also the bad part. He's coming off a season where he only played 4 games due to injury.
Right. So what you have is, so it's the baddie, but she got a crutch, and she packed in the handicap section.
That's right.
Right? She got a handicap spot. So you really don't know what her affliction is, or even she ready. But she thick though. She thick to the mug, boy. So David Njoku has all the size, weight, height, speed, everything you want. He just doesn't have game reps.
Yeah.
He's got the pedigree being a first rounder, but he was hurt last year. And let's be totally honest, you've got the same type of guy on your roster, but you just paid him money.
Yeah. And Blake Jarwin
is the same kind of guy. Height, weight, speed. But here's the difference between those two. You've seen Jarwin do certain things in games that make you say, it's interesting. And so with me having Blake Jarwin, Bellinger, Dalton Schultz, and I got an undrafted free agent out of Michigan as my blocking tight end.
And Blake Bell.
I have all the interest in the world. But here's the other part about it that I do not want to do. I am not in the business of giving away anything. Okay? I ain't buying no drinks. I ain't buying no chicken wings. I'm not giving away nothing in the club, right? Because I know, you know what I'm saying, I'm good. I got everything I want.
That's
I'm not
right.
giving away any of my draft capital.
You ain't
for
tricking
a
at all.
guy. I ain't giving him nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't giving him nothing. Nathan, I ain't got no money. Don't ask.
I'm broke, baby.
I'm broke, baby. I'm balling on a budget. I am not giving away any of that to bring a guy in who still is in developmental stages of his game, and I got that same kind of guy in Blake Jarwin.
Okay.
And I just paid Blake Jarwin.
Yes.
So what am I going to get? What am I going to give Cleveland that they're going to feel compensates them for a first-round draft pick? I'm going to give them Blake Jarwin? No. So that means they want one of my other pieces, and none of my other pieces am I giving up. Absolutely. Under no circumstances.
And
you can't have nobody.
I'm in the same situation as you. The Cowboys are going to be sitting pretty in the next upcoming draft with a lot of compensatory picks from guys that they had to lose in this offseason. But I'm not interested in moving those pieces at this point in time. Not for a tight end. Granted, Njoku's best year around 660, 670 yards, somewhere around there. I think that with more snaps, Blake Jarwin can match or beat those numbers. So I think that we have a guy that can do those sort of things on this roster. But I also think that we can find that sort of production in the draft, if we're being real. Especially with today's tight ends. I can find a 600-yard tight end.
I can find 600. Listen, 700-800 yards this year will probably be a beautiful season if I'm turning around I'm probably get 1,100 from Amari. I'm going to get 1,100 from Gallup. Okay, so that puts me at 2,400. If I get another 1,000, I could have got 1,000 last year with Cobb. I'm expecting to get 1,000 from a minimum from CeeDee Lamb. So that's 3,200, 3,400, 3,200. So now I got to come up with another 1,800 yards. So if I come up with 900 yards, and I forgot, I got Zeke and Tony Pollard.
That's right.
So if my tight end gives me 800 yards, 6 touchdowns,
it's a blessing.
Man, I'm balling.
Yeah.
So why am I going to go out and give up draft capital and then have to groom and develop him to be that guy when I got that guy already on my team?
Absolutely. So we kind of wanted this one to be quick. So I'm going to kind of summarize it. Of course, everybody wants to flirt with that one girl at the bar.
Oh, man.
She's not going to leave with all three of them.
No, I can't take them all home.
Not going to leave with all three of them.
No.
So the Cowboys don't need, diamonds at every position. We don't need all pro. We don't need pro bowlers at every single position.
No.
We just need enough to beat the brakes off the rest of the competition. That's all we need.
I need adequate playmakers at every level, and right now I feel good about my front four.
Yes.
I'm going to feel better about my linebackers once I get them back on the field. I see what they do.
Yes.
And my secondary has questions, but I just don't know how terrible a coach Chris Richard truly is until I see it back on the field this year.
Absolutely, and a lot of the players that we brought in have a lot of potential as well.
Absolutely. So I'm excited with that. So I'm not giving up Nathan to trade for anybody.
No.
But if Jadeveon Clowney want to jump in the car, our hops open, baby. Yeah. And I'm treating.
And we're going to end it on that note. Thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of Frankly Football. I'm Brandon.
Hey, man, I'm setting it on Chris, man.
Y'all have a good one. Peace.
Peace.